Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lisa and I'm crazy about perfumes. In today's video, I was going to talk about the travel edit. I will be traveling soon. I'll be in Malaysia and Singapore, so tropical countries where the weather will be hot and humid. And I was looking at my perfume collection, trying to work out which ones, one or two or maybe 3 perfumes I would bring with me for this trip. I'll be away for just over a week, so not a long trip, but I do have some occasions to attend, so I do want the option of something that's not too casual. First up is a very big love of mine, Rose Alexandrie by Armani Prive. I did bring this on my last trip to Malaysia, which was in March, and it really was quite good to wear in that kind of weather. It's an eau de toilette. This is a 50ml bottle, and I find that eau de toilettes are quite good for hot, humid weather. And the other thing I'm looking for when I'm selecting which perfumes will travel with me is the bottle. In terms of size, will it travel quite well? Do I think it might break in my luggage? And also the label. I'm quite keen on this label because it's not paper, it's a metal label, so I think that's quite durable. I always worry that paper labels might snag on something and then peel off in the journey. Rose Alexandrie is a citrusy rose, and I think the citrus is quite good in warmer weather. It has notes of bergamot and neroli, as well as rose. I recall on that last trip in March, I carried this in my carry-on luggage, and I think that was fine because it's under 100ml. The requirement is still under 100ml for carry-ons. And I just felt better knowing that it was on me as opposed to in luggage which may be damaged or get lost. Unfortunately, it's still a concern of air travel. Let's give it a spray. Oh my goodness. Wow, love this so much. It's so good. It's got that little bit of sweetness to it. It's quite fresh. And initially the projection is quite good, but I don't expect it to last too long because it is an eau de toilette. And I think it's sophisticated enough to do well in more formal settings. I will be attending some more formal events, so I think this is quite a strong contender. Next we have Miracle by Lancôme. I mentioned in my Lancôme video, which I posted last week, that this is also a strong contender for this trip. This is a 50ml eau de parfum, and I am veering away from eau de parfums for this trip because it will be hot and humid most of the time, but Miracle has notes of pepper and ginger in it, and I think that does quite well because it gives it that burst of freshness when wearing it. Miracle also has notes of lychee and freesia, so a spicy, fruity floral. Last trip I brought with me Rose Alexandrie as well as a couple of samples because of the size, but I think this time I might actually bring 2 full bottles. I do like to rotate my perfumes a lot. I don't usually wear them twice in a row, for example, so it would be good to have the option of another perfume. And I know it's only a week, it's not a long time, but yeah, that's just my preference. Let's give it a spray. Oh, stunning. Oh my goodness, it's so good. It's so fresh. Really, really love this one. Yeah, I can see it doing quite well. And because it's an eau de parfum, it will last quite a while as well. So that's something to consider too for the more formal events. Because I think some of them will occur over a period of some hours. Gorgeous. Really love this fragrance. And again, I think it will travel well because the name is not on a paper label, and it's a sleek shape as well. Should be easy to travel with. Next we have Davidoff's Cool Water Woman. This is another big love of mine, and it's also a nostalgia repurchase. It's a lovely blue bottle. Cool Water Woman is a floral aquatic. The note that I identify the most is a melon note in this one. It's beautiful for warmer weather and also versatile. I feel like it can be worn on most occasions. This is the 100 ml Eau de Toilette. Let's give it a spray. Ooh, nice big sprays there. Wow, it's so lovely and brings back so many memories, this fragrance. It also has notes of lotus, water lily, and musk. So it does have that watery vibe. Yeah, perfection. Another strong contender for the trip, and it's a good bottle as well, nice size, and no paper label, so I wouldn't be too worried about it rolling around in this suitcase. It's a good size as well, and pretty comfy in the hand because of that curved section there. Next we have Fijian Water Lotus by The Body Shop. You can see I'm leaning towards lighter watery fragrances. This is a fragrance mist, 100 ml. I've had this one for a while and it's not currently available. Fijian Water Lotus is a floral fragrance. It has a bit of citrus in it and some rose as well. When I use this fragrance, I get the impression of a light sweetness. It's very refreshing to wear, and I tend to use it on our hotter days here in Brisbane, and I think it will do quite well in Malaysia and Singapore. Just give it a spray. Yeah. Oh, definitely sweet. And it kind of reminds me a bit of a tea, but I don't see tea listed as any of its notes. Maybe that's just the lotus part of it. Gorgeous. Another big love of mine, and I will be sad once it's all gone, although there is still quite a bit left. I'm taking my time with this one. And the last contender for this trip is Elizabeth Arden's Green Tea Summer. This is a flanker of green tea, which is a bit of a classic. And green tea, the original, was actually created by Francis Kurjan. If you didn't actually know, I only found out about that this year, so that's an interesting bit of info. He didn't, however, create Green Tea Summer. This was done by a couple other perfumers. Green Tea Summer has notes of bergamot, blackcurrant, water lily, and watermelon. It has a little bit of a citrus aquatic vibe. Perfect for hot days. They've retained the bottle design. Green tea, the original, was also in this bottle, and there are other flankers I've seen. They just have changed the color. Let's give it a spray. Oof. Very fresh. Beautiful aroma. So a little undertone of savoriness in this one. So the citrus, the sweetness, a little bit of aquatic, really quite a good fragrance. This is the 100 ml Eau de Toilette, and I wouldn't worry at all with this one if I was traveling with it. It's a good slim shape, sturdy base, and no paper label. I've started wearing this a bit more as it's gotten warmer here in Brisbane, and I find that it's quite fresh and really easy to wear. And here they are all together, the contenders for my trip. I think I will try to limit myself to at the most 2 bottles. I think it will be a bit much to have more than that, and I'm not planning to do any decanting into atomizers for this trip. If I was away for longer, I would seriously consider it, but I think 2 will be fine for a trip of just over a week. Plus, I am considering purchasing perfumes while I am traveling. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I'll share that with you as well. If you made it this far, please consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!